thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop. It'll soon be here.
It'll be better than before.
Yesterday's gone.
Yesterday's gone.
When you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Where is your nearest Bank Plus? We're here. Here. And here. We're with you wherever, whenever you need us. Your bank. Your plus. Bank Plus.
For over 40 years, Strength Roofing and Siding has been Mississippi's leading commercial and residential roofing company. We take care of what's over your home so you can take care of what's inside. Strength Roofing and Siding. Call for a free inspection and estimate today.
Hello, Jags. I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically, but also academically. Oh, we are so proud of you. You compete locally, you compete regionally, and nationally. We know that the time is now. You can make your mark. Go out and get it. Nothing is impossible. We are behind you and we love you.
Welcome to the Toby Collum Coaches Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the head coach of the Madison Central Jaguars, Coach Toby Collums. Brandon 21, Madison Central 7. Brandon was able to drive and score early in the ball game, the first half, and then a mishap on special teams gave Brandon a first and goal from the 8 to make the halftime score 14-0. And Coach, definitely on the road, not some way that you wanted to start that way, but kind of a wet field. You're on the road, and a pretty good team across the way from you.
Oh, definitely a good team. It's always hard to come in and talk about a loss. Obviously Brandon's a really good football team. I think I talked about it last week on our coaches show. It's been over 12 years since Madison Central's been able to go to Brandon and win a football game, and we pumped that up all week long, and we told our kids early in the week that whichever team goes in there and makes the fewest mistakes is going to win the game. And unfortunately, we made more mistakes than Brandon did. But all in all, I thought defensively we played well enough to win the football game. Maybe even overall, we just had a couple of mistakes that were at bad times, and either it killed a drive or it gave them a short field and scored. In that situation, we were about to punt the ball away and potentially go in at halftime down 7-0 and getting the ball in the second half. And I think that changes your mindset a little bit, at half, or the kids anyway. And to go in 14-0, you almost come out the way we had played offensively and defensively. It's been a defensive battle, like you mentioned. You come out in the second half and you feel like you've got to score on that first drive, and unfortunately we turned it over.
On the defensive side of the ball, Avery Jackson and Miles Miller were big. Jackson had 15 tackles, Miller 14. Seemed like we were talking about those two guys the whole entire game.
Yeah, I thought Avery had his best game, in 2 years playing for us, and we need him to play well. He's playing right in the middle of the defense. And for him to come out of that with 15 tackles is big. That means the ball's not getting to the third level. He's making the tackle near or behind the line of scrimmage. So he did a really good job. Miles had a good job, put his hand on the ground. He's been playing inside linebacker, put his hand back on the ground this week because of some defensive adjustments that Coach Livingston made. And it worked out. We kept everything in front of us, it felt like.
Up next, we'll talk about the offense when we come back right here on the MC Big Blue Network, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
Football is all about teamwork, hard work, and dedication. Kind of like selling cars. And Gray Daniels, well, we're the best in the game. With the largest selection in the state, you won't find lower prices on new Fords, Chevys, Nissans, Volvos, or Toyotas anywhere else than at Gray Daniels. No matter what brand you pick, you always get the best price in town. And that's what's called having skin in the game. Visit any of our Gray Daniels locations in Jackson or Brandon today.
Few know these hands, hands that beat the sun to work and greet the rising moon. Herculean hands of stone skin and weather palms. These are hands inclined to plant, till, and toil in the soil. Few hands clock 80 hours a week. Fewer still find more time to hold, hug, and love their family. These hands feed the world, but you may not recognize them because few know these hands.
Welcome back to the Coach Toby Collums Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the head coach of the Madison Central Jaguars, Coach Toby Collums. Brandon 21, Madison Central 7. On the offensive side of the ball, Jaden Johnson was 13 of 27 for 86 yards. Micah Jones led the receiving corps with 4 catches for 33 yards. Michael Hogue and Glenn Singleton ran the ball for the Jags. And, Coach, it just seemed like the defensive line for Brandon was you had an early injury in the ball game. It seemed like that defensive line was in the backfield all the time. And, Jaden Johnson just had that time that he's had in the past.
Yeah, Jaden was never able to get comfortable in the pocket, obviously. And, Brandon's, tip of the hat to them. They had a really good scheme against us, especially in the passing game. Really felt like, from a play calling standpoint, the defensive coordinator was in our headset all night. And I could go through play after play after play where we had call where we thought we had something, and either the secondary bails out the last second, takes it away, or they're bringing pressure when we don't think they're going to bring pressure. So it was kind of a lot of the time it was a guessing game from a play calling standpoint. I mean, you look at the stats and tell that we didn't have our best night offensively, and that's something we've talked about the last couple of weeks, is we've got to be consistent on that side of the ball. Now, with that being said, with the amount of talent and the scheme that Brandon runs on defense, consistency is a hard thing to come by. So we're not panicking over a loss, because like I said in the previous segment, I thought we did some things and did them well, and probably played well enough to win the game. Just made some key mistakes.
I told one of the Brandon supporters up in the press box, hope we see you.
Oh, absolutely.
Hope we see you again, because it'd be in the state championship game. So what are some of those takeaways you can take from this game?
Well, number one, defensively, I think we're getting better. We got better from week 1 to week 2. Offensively, we've got to get more out of our passing game. We've got to be able to, when they load the box and take the run away from you, we've got to be able to get the ball to some people in space, to some people on the perimeter. And we've spent a lot of time this week doing just that. And kind of simplifying some things. Not that we were doing anything real difficult, but we want our kids going out there and reacting or just playing ball and not thinking a whole lot.
Up next, we'll talk about tonight's matchup right here on the MC Big Blue Network, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
Wendy's is open until midnight or later, so give in to those cravings. Get that Baconator.
Give me one honk if you want a Baconator. Let me get that beep for 6 strips of bacon. Oh, there it is. When I say bacon, you say Ader. Bacon.
Woo! Let me get a toot on the mega.
All right.
Okay. Now, when I say...
Dude.
Sorry.
When the craving strikes, go night mode and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Baconator. Professional Eye Care Associates has a large variety of designer eyewear for all your needs. Whether it's bifocals, specialty lenses for sports and hunting, or help with long hours of computer work, we can take care of you. If you prefer contact lenses, our professionals will guide you to ensure your best vision and optimal comfort through the variety of premium contact lens options available in our office. Call Professional Eye Care Associates to schedule an appointment to improve your vision today. 5 locations to serve you: Brandon, Canton, Madison, Ridgeland, and Yazoo City.
Renova Roofing can take care of all your roofing needs. From storm damage to full-scale replacement of any residential or commercial roof system, Renova can handle any size job. Renova works with your insurance company to get your storm-damaged roof replaced to current building standards, making sure you get the roof that will protect you for years to come. Based in Mississippi and licensed and bonded across the Southeast, contact Renova today to learn how you can experience the best roofing services in the state. Visit renovaroofing.com to schedule your free consultation today.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back to the Toby Collins Coaches Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the head coach of the Madison Central Jaguars. Gulfport comes to town. The Admirals roll in with a 2-0 record, and Gulfport averaging 166 yards per game, 224 yards rushing, and 38 points per game. And Coach, this is kind of a balanced attack. Seems like maybe a little suspect the teams they've played up to this point. But hey, you're 2-0 and you're coming on the road and looking for some payback after last year. The Jags able to go down there and get a win late.
Yeah. We, you watched last year's game and you kind of feel like you came away, you kind of stole one down at their place last year. And I'm sure that's something they're telling their kids. Gulfport's a good football team. Not real familiar with them. Obviously, we've got film on them, but it's not a team that we play year in and year out like we do Brandon. And it's one of those things where, like you said, the teams they've played the last couple of weeks are very different from us. They're very different from us offensively, defensively. So it's kind of hard to get a beat on, how they'll play us from a defensive standpoint or how they'll attack us from an offensive standpoint. I feel like we've got a pretty good idea. Very athletic defensively. Offensively, Blake Pennick, their head coach, does a really good job there of calling plays. So we'll have our work cut out for us. It feels good to be back in the jungle, playing at our place and playing in front of our home fans for the next couple of weeks. So we're looking forward to that.
Now, defensively, what are some of the things they do? They've only allowed like 6 points in these 2 games. But, of course, you look at that competition, a little bit different than who you played over the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. But, you can tell, Gulfport plays with a lot of energy defensively. They've got a lot of speed on that side of the ball. They're not real big, but they're athletic. They can run. They do a good job of kind of keeping you off balance with the way they slant their front. They may go from a 3-down set to a 4-down set within a drive, which is not something you see a lot of in high school football. So I think they do a really good job of kind of keeping you off balance. So we're going to have to do a good job of, taking a look at what they're lined up in, their personnel that they have on the field, and then we call our plays according to that.
Of course, first home game, everybody's excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. We're super excited to be here and not have to get on a bus and travel, especially, 2 weeks ago going 3 hours away.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Up next, to the field, right here on the MC Big Blue Network, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Rodney Stokes in Madison today.
Visit CIA Autoplex, your one-stop destination for all your vehicle needs. Whether you're looking to buy a new vehicle, service your current vehicle, or give it a showroom shine, we've got you covered. Sales, service, and detailing. Located at 380 Distribution Drive off Gluckstadt Road in Madison. When it matters most, CIA Autoplex. Visit www.ciautoplex.com today.
At
Davini, we are your hometown Kubota dealer. We're the oldest Kubota dealer in the U.S. That means we've been doing it better longer than anyone else. We have 2 locations in the metro area to serve you, Madison and Jackson. When I say hometown, it means something to us.
We are hometown. We are hometown. We are hometown.
We support our local schools, community organizations, and local municipalities. Shopping and keeping business local keeps our community strong.
We are hometown.
Raffles are a great fundraiser for organizations because they can raise a lot of money quickly. However, selling and processing tickets is an administrative nightmare, requiring numerous volunteers and hundreds of man-hours. Raffle Breeze seamlessly combines online sales, paper tickets, robust reporting, and your own branded website to make running a raffle painless. Raffle Breeze has helped organizations raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. We can help your group do the same. Visit rafflebreeze.com for more information.